What up? Welcome to Talk Virtual. I'm your host, Ericka Bates, and today we're going to be talking about event-led growth. It's the new funnel. So let me get into a little details here. So everyone is watching live streams. You can let me know in the chat if it's true or not. If you're watching me now, it's true. But let me know. Are you just watching live streams or you have your favorite creators? Because shout out to James Hicks, Tanya Smith, Patrick Jackman. Anytime I hear the name Zakia Ringo, I'm going to watch live because I like those people. So you let me know, do you watch live streams and do you watch them because you already know the people or they got a subject that you're interested in? So red carpet events, um, event major events like the Met Gala are built around live streaming and distribution attention to capture. So let me know if you're into live events. Okay, so our show topics is why SaaS funnels are dying and event-led growth is replacing them. So our segments are why webinars don't equal events anymore, attention versus conversion gaps, um, event content, and pipeline loop. So we're going to be talking about all three of those today. And my call to action for this episode and all of May, if you want this system right here, I'm going to need you to join us every Tuesday. So all 4 Tuesdays in May, we're going to be talking about event-led growth and how you can use it. Well, so that's it for that. Let me get this off and move on to nails because I got some good slides for you today. So, and if you're interested, I made these slides in Notebook LM, and as a graphic designer, you can tell me if I'm being lazy for not removing the Notebook LM logo because I won't take time for that, but thought it was still pretty good slides. Okay, so here we go. Why SaaS funnels are dying and what's replacing them. Event-led growth is the new funnel. And again, this here is Talk Virtual. Okay, so everyone is watching live content right now. And again, let me know if it's true or not because I don't watch everybody's live. And sometimes you can get me with an ad, but it helps if I know you. And how I know people is that they reach out to me or I reach out to them and we have a conversation. So that's how you get me. Okay, so and let me know how people get you to watch their lives also. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so you can have polished later, faded attention. Attention has shifted, has your strategy. Well, and for live real-time global engagement where the attention is. So don't get me wrong. I did talk to chat. Chat made these slides for me, but I'm going to tell you, if I'm interested in the subject but don't have time for you right now, or if I can't get my internet working, I am going to watch the replay. Replays aren't bad. Sometimes when people are live, shout out to Jimmy Newsom because Jimmy Newsom is great about this. When he's live, I don't want to interrupt him. If everybody understands everything he's saying, I don't want to be the one to interrupt and say, hey, you're going over my head. I don't want to do that. What I do is I'll watch the replay. I might have to watch it about 3 or 4 times and have a private conversation with him, but I'm going to watch the replay because he talks about the subject I want to know about. And if I want to learn about it, I'm going to dive deeper into it. So don't disregard the replays. Real-time global engagement. I love those. So if you ask about Patrick Jackman's shows on Thursdays or Tanya Smith shows on Thursdays or James Hicks shows on Thursdays. Yeah, Thursdays are my live stream show watching days, but I like watching them live because I get to engage. I know they're going to pay attention to me while I'm there. So that engagement is nice and I love that. So if you can do that, great. I can always do that because my lives aren't always on time or that long. So by the time you realize, hey, it's Thursday at 6, I'm sorry, it's Tuesday at 6, even though I didn't go live last Tuesday, you're going to say, hey, it's Tuesday, 6 o'clock. I need to find Ericka. Yeah, because that's how it works sometimes. When you have the same day, the same time, and people are familiar with your schedule, yeah, it works like that. But you got to have a relationship with the person first. Okay, so next. Okay, the traditional SaaS funnel: ad, landing page, webinar, email, and hope. The breaking point. So sometimes you can get people with an ad. Like, do you know who your target audience is? Do you know which social platforms they hang out on? It's very possible that that platform, especially if you're paying them, will show that ad to your target audience. There's a good chance that if you have a well-crafted landing page, I saw this one ad on Facebook, and I clicked on it because it asked me if I wanted to know the answers to these 5 questions. And I assumed I knew the answer. I said the answers, but I still wanted to know what this person had to say about it. So I clicked their ad out, went to their landing page. I signed up for their webinar. I got on their email list. I actually showed up. I didn't care for the content, but I showed up. Ads can work. Landing page can work. Let's say you either know the person because you've been following them for a while, or that ad had something that you were really interested in. Let's say that ad was talking about a pain point of something that you've been working on, and you wanted to know the answer to those 5 questions, and you assumed that that person was going to actually help you with those questions. Yeah, sign up for the webinar. Okay, so that's how it traditionally works. Okay, this is why the model is breaking. Okay, low attendance. Did you find your target audience? Did you find out where your target audience hangs out? Did you talk to your target audience about their pain points? Did you talk to them how your solutions could possibly help them with those pain points? So you could have some passive viewers, people just checking you out. People want to know what you're doing, how you're doing it. People want to count your money. Yeah. The content dies after one use. So let's just say you go live and you do nothing with that content afterwards. I have no idea why people do that, especially with there's so much more you could do to one piece of content. So it's not a funnel problem, it's an attention problem. And I've heard a lot that people have the attention span of a gnat or a goldfish, and I don't think that's true. I think they weren't talking to their target audience. They didn't care to find out what the pain points were of that target audience. Yeah, and that's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. But if you do it, people are going to show up for you. People are going to know your schedule, when you show up live, and what time. And if you don't, like me, people are going to call and say, hey, where you at? You're going to get emails. You're going to get LinkedIn messages saying, hey, it's Tuesday at 6. Did something happen? Yeah, I should have put out a message saying, hey, I'm missing this Tuesday, but you can catch me on Wednesday. I ain't do that. But when they're on my email and when they see my social posts, they're going to know that I'm here today. And yes, they can catch the email or the email or the social post or the podcast, whatever. You can always catch me on one of those things because the people who follow me know that I do that. Okay. Webinars don't equal events anymore. So static, one-time, traditional. One of my community members, shout out to the virtual summiteers, by the way, but one of my community members said that she signed up for a live event, and it turned out it was a pre-recording, and she was very disappointed because she was trying to interact in the chat, trying to ask questions, and everybody in the chat with her was very upset that they were passing off a recording instead of what they said they had, which was a live event. So don't get me wrong. It's not that you can't have a recording, but go live and introduce that recording. Then have a Q&A session with the people live. You stay on the chat, and after that recording's over, you ask if they have any questions. Like, you come back on camera and it's like, hey, okay, we're live again. You have any questions about the content that was shown? And Why would you just show it the one time? I'm like, you can live stream that content one more time and say, hey, this is a recording. This is what we talked about. And yeah, that transactional, I am for telling people up front, this is going to cost something. My time, energy, and effort, my knowledge is going to cost something. Because why not? Pay to go to school. If you go to work, people pay you to do work. People pay you to show up and do a job. Yeah. Okay, so dynamic, moving parts, ongoing, experience driven. So this May, well, actually, since January, we've been doing a 4-part series for each month. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m., we go live. We talk about one theme, one subject, and it's an experience. So if you show up on Fridays at 10 a.m. with the virtual summiteers, we're going to talk more in depth with the people who's actually doing this stuff. Okay, so if it doesn't feel like an event, people don't show up. Again, did you talk to your target audience? Did you go out and find out where your target audience hangs out on social? Do you have solutions to your target audience pain points? When you make your pillar contents, is it addressing that target audience pain points? Are you reaching out, DMing people? Are you talking to the people who comment on your post, your articles, your newsletters, your emails, whatever? Are you having a conversation with them? Because if you ignore people, they're most likely going to ignore you too, because sometimes that happens. Okay, event-led growth, ELG. Your live stream becomes the center of your strategy, not just a piece of content, but a repeatable attention and conversion engine. First off, why are you having a live stream? What's the point of stream? Is it for attention? Is it for branding? Is it for acknowledgement? Are you telling people that you can help them, that you have a solution to help them with their pain points? So I want you to know that I help you with virtual events. I work with SaaS companies, preferably in a Series B funding round, but I will work with a company that's in a Series A. I work with a VP of marketing. I work with community managers with events. And I help them find out who their target audience is, where their target audience hangs out, what are their pain points for that target audience, what's your solutions for that target audience. And it's all through a conversation that we have via video. So as long as you know that and you can communicate that, and yes, I know communications can be hard sometimes, but as long as you put that out there, somebody's going to find you. And hopefully you're looking for those people too, because everybody's not going to reach out. Sometimes you got to reach out, and that is really helpful. Okay, the new engine, the event-led growth loop, event attention. Again, what's your purpose for hosting an event for yourself? What's your purpose for hosting an event for your attendees? What's your purpose for hosting an event for your sponsors, speakers, partners? Write it down. Yes, write it down, because at the end of the day, hopefully you've talked to them before your event launches. They're like, hey, is this what you want to get out of being on the stage? Is this what you want to get out of attending this event? Okay, so as long as you know the answer, you're going to have a great event. Okay, so content amplification. Woohoo! So what are you going to do with that event now that you've hosted it? Hopefully you've took time to get the transcript. I love crisp.ai to get the transcript. YouTube will give you a transcript. Content Fries will give you a transcript. Glasp, I think it's .io, will give you a transcript. Also, in the chat, let me know, are you using transcripts, and what program are you using to get the transcript? So after you get the transcript, the first thing I do is I go to Chat, Gemini, and Notebook, and I ask for a blog post. So I use Gemini for my LinkedIn articles or newsletters. Chat goes to my Medium, and Notebook sometimes, or no, I'm sorry. Chat goes to Facebook, my Facebook group or my personal Facebook page, and what was it? Notebook goes to Medium. So I do have others. I like Minstrel and DeepSeek, and sometimes I have articles or blog posts for Substack, even though I fell off a Substack because I didn't put in the time or efforts to find out if my target audience was on that social platform. But okay, distribution, reach. Again, it's really helpful if you know where your target audience is. But also, hopefully, you have a scheduler. My favorite scheduler is Missing Letter, and I can't remember if it's .com. I'll have to look that up. But my favorite scheduler is Missing Letter because it also pairs with RSS feed. And if you're not familiar with really simple syndication, it is great. So if you don't have a scheduler, if you use an RSS feed like YouTube, your LinkedIn company page will ask to connect to either YouTube or what's that? It starts with an M. I just said it and I can't think of it now. Medium. If you have a LinkedIn company page, it will ask to hook up to either your YouTube channel or your, and I can't think of the name of it again, but it will ask you for one of those, and that RSS feed, every time you post on one of those platforms, it will post it to your LinkedIn company page. And I thought that was so nice. So find a way where you can set up an automation. And yes, you got to set it up. I've talked to many people who say that it's not automation if you got it set up. But how is it going to run if you didn't ask it to do what it do? Okay, so I also use SendFox for my email service provider. It's also hooked up to my YouTube RSS feed. So, and I've set it up for every Wednesday at 10 a.m. or it's 10 a.m. But that RSS feed will be picked up from my YouTube channel and then broadcast on my email via RSS feed. And all you had to do was just set it up the one time and it runs by itself. Oh, so the reason why I like Missing Letter is that I've connected Medium and I've connected YouTube. Again, the RSS feed is picked up from both those channels, and Missing Letter will send out a piece of that content, the whole content, 9 times throughout 1 year. And I love that. You can set it up for 2 weeks, 9 weeks, but I like the whole year because I feel like I can set it up the one time. I have maybe 2017, 2019 when I set that up, and it's still running by itself, by the way, because I set it up. Okay, conversion pipeline. Did you tell people that you charge for a service? Did you tell people that you are available to be paid for your service? And do you have a way for people to pay you for your service? Because that's important and it comes in handy. Okay, so the attention gap. You don't need more content. You need more attention per piece of content. And again, it's really helpful if you know who your target audience is. You know what their pain points are. You know where they hang out on social media, and you know if they want your solution to their problems. And you will know this stuff by talking to them. Because it doesn't hurt to ask. Worst thing that can happen is they say yes, and then expect you to do everything you just said that you were capable of doing. Ain't gonna hurt to follow through. Okay, fueling the engine. One event attention. Again, what is the purpose of you hosting that event? What do you want to get out of that event? What are the people attending your event going to get? What are your speakers going to get? What are your sponsors and partners going to get from you hosting that one event. Okay, so content amplification, views, clips, posts, blogs, and audio. So when this live session finishes, I'm going to get clips from Content Fries. And if you hadn't seen the updates of Content Fries, check it out because it's nice. So they automatically do the clips for you right up front, but you still have the option of highlighting the words and making the clips yourself. Those clips also come with text clips, which is nice because when I put this stuff into Missing Letter, or I put it into YouTube first on my clips channel because my main channel automatically goes to my podcast. Yay for RSS feeds again. But when Missing Letter picks up these clips from YouTube, I like to pair it with the text that Content Fries provides me. Those text clips also makes for great post. And I can use a Splash for pictures. I can use Canva for pictures. Again, blogs, I get it from Chat Gemini and Notebook LM. And audio, the audio comes from me talking, like the whole thing right here. Or I can get audio clips from Content Fries also. Notebook LM also gives me a great, let's say, maybe 15 to 20-minute podcast of, it's like what is it thing called? It's like clip notes, something like that, of a gist. You get the gist of what I'm telling you right now. Okay, so your live stream isn't the main attraction. So hopefully you're live streaming for a reason. Yeah. Hopefully your live stream leads to something else. Hopefully you're saying that people can work with you, that you are available to work with for a fee. Yes. And hopefully you're telling them what you can do while you're live. So if you want an event audit, you want to know what's leaking in your funnel, you want to know why your events aren't converting, yeah, hit me up. I'm available for a fee. Okay. The conversion gap. I always say conversation with conversion, and I don't even think those words look alike. There's an A somewhere in conversation, I think. Okay, where most people fail: go live, end the stream, move on. So, yeah, when I go live, the first thing I do is get the transcript and make a blog post. And I make the blog post for LinkedIn newsletter or a LinkedIn article, and I make a LinkedIn post. I believe that my target audience is on LinkedIn because I've asked them. So I've gone to the LinkedIn search bar. I put in SaaS founders. I put in VP of marketing. I put in community managers, and I've hit on that first connections. I got the list and I've talked to them. So hopefully you've been doing that also to find out if your target audience is where you think they are on that platform. So if your target audience isn't on LinkedIn, when you do that search, you shouldn't find many people. But if they are, yes, you will, because hopefully you've been making them your connections, and hopefully you've been accepting connections requests from people in your target audience. Okay, so no system equals no revenue, and what you want is revenue, and you're going to get that by building a system. Okay, so one more time. When this ends, the first thing I do is get the transcript, and I make blog posts, articles, newsletters, emails. From there, I'll get a Notebook LM audio podcast and a video overview. And when I feel fancy enough, I'll go over to Content Fries and ask for clips and the text clips and audio clips. Just takes a little effort. But when you put them in a scheduler and see that it's running by themselves, it's nice. It's nice to see that your work is out there and you don't have to push any more buttons to get it to do that by itself. I love automation. Okay, capturing the momentum. 3, distribution reach: LinkedIn, YouTube, email. This is for me. You take the time to find out if your target audience is on LinkedIn. You take the time to find out if your target audience is using YouTube as a search engine to find content like yours. You take the time to find out if your target audience is on your email list. Because yes, you could have people on your email list because, hey, you make great content, but that don't mean they're going to buy from you. That don't mean because they like you and watch you. That doesn't mean that you have a solution to their problem. I have been told with my email, it is so good, they don't need to join my community. And that made me so sad. So I had to slow down on my email a little bit. So yeah, watch out for that. Make sure your target audience is where you're posting your content, because that will help a lot. Okay, conversion pipeline, channeling reach into lead magnets, offers, and call to actions. What kind of lead magnet do you got? I got another ebook. I gotta tell you, I got another ebook. It's talking about this whole theme of May that we're doing right now. And it's available. And when I finish with this live stream, I am going to post it in the comments. But find out what kind of lead magnets that will attract your target audience. How will you know this? You're going to ask them. Then you're going to ask Chat, Gemini, Perplexity, or Claude to help you with that lead magnet. And you're going to put it out there, and you're going to DM the people like, hey, when we last talked, you told me that you were into this subject. I made an ebook. I made a quiz. I made a checklist, whatever. Let me know if this helps with the topic that we were talking about, because it doesn't hurt to ask. Okay. Again, do you have an offer? Like, what was the point of you going live? What's the point of you having this event? Do you have an offer? So me, I want to work with SaaS companies in a Series A or a Series B funding round. I want to work with vice presidents of marketing. I want to work with community managers. And yeah, that was my call to action. Work with me if you need somebody to help you with your virtual events. Okay, so the content multiplier, 30 plus content assets. So what's that? That's your blogs. That's your newsletters. That's your emails. I already said blog content. I already said, did I say social posts? That's your video clips. And I like Content Prize because right now, if you go in there and you upload a video, it gives you the clips that it thinks, but it still gives me the option of making my own clips. It gives the audio clips and text clips. And I can get all of that stuff from Notebook LM also, all from one live stream, multiple touch points. Everybody don't like video. Everybody don't like podcasts. Everybody don't like to read, but it's something in there that they do like. Like I just found this one app, Wuxia, and I'm definitely saying it wrong, but it's spelled Huxe, and it reads my email. And I love that because I have 17,648 emails that are unread in my Gmail account. So if you found me on my business account, yeah, that's getting read. But that really helps me because I'm not going through all of that. Okay. Active lead gen. What are you doing to get emails? What are you getting people to do to voluntarily give you their name and email address? Ebook, checklist, quiz, whatever. Find out what your target audience is most likely interested in as a lead magnet. And how are you going to do that? You're going to ask them. Okay, so this is how momentum builds. Okay, the posting shift. Stop saying, I create content. You doing it, that is you creating content. But as I am slowly finding out, communications matters. I haven't slowly figured that out, but yeah, I've been told not to say I create content. So now start saying something like I run weekly events that drive pipeline, because that's literally what I does. It's the same thing, but it just sounds different because it flows differently. And when you say pipeline, when I'm talking to people in SaaS marketing or community, it's like, hey, sounds familiar. It sounds like the work I do. I'm like, yes, because I'm talking to you. I've heard people say so many times, don't use jargon. So when I don't use jargon, I get a lot of people that I did not want to attract. But when I say stuff like pipelines or SaaS or RSS feeds, people are like, hey, I know what those letters stand for. She's talking to me. Yes, I'm talking to you. Okay. So your immediate action step before your next live stream, define one clear outcome. By the end of this event, my audience will be able to... Yeah, you're supposed to answer that because I've been telling you what I do this whole time. So by the end of this event, my audience will be able to... Yes, answer that. I'm most likely going to tell you again what I do a few slides later. But anyway, funnels aren't dead. They're called pipelines. Well, it depends on who you're talking to. But attention has changed. Attention hasn't changed. If you're not talking to people about what they want to talk about, they don't want to listen to you. The brands that win treat content like events and events like growth engines. Again, it works when you're talking to your target audience. You know who your target audience is, like you're going where the fish are. You know what their pain points are. You know what problems they want to solve. What you do is a solution to what they need. And you've told people that, hey, I can help you with this for a fee. So if you have the answer, people are like, hey, I want the answer. Tell me the answer. I am willing to pay you for the answer, because that's how it works. Okay. So people pay attention to the things they want. That's it. Okay. Want the full system. Join the May Tuesday sessions. Get the full framework built live. And I'm going to give you an ebook like right after I finish this live stream, because I ain't set it up ahead of time. So this is Talk Virtual, from live stream to revenue. This is part 1. We got 3 more to go. So hopefully you've been catching on to what I'm saying and you understand what I'm doing. And if you want to talk about this more in depth, so either you want to know how I do this, you want the how, you're going to join me on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the Virtual Summiteers. And if you want the action plan, you are going to reach out to me and it's like, hey, I need an audit for my event because I have people that are showing up. I have people that are engaging, but they're not converting. And you want my solution to that pain point. So you're going to reach out and it's like, hey, I need an audit for this. And everybody else who's just watching to hang out, great. Thanks. I appreciate you being here. And I will catch all of you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Bye for now.